as one delegate put it, the talks are chaotic here. President Obama has arrived, but it is very unclear how the day is going to end. To discuss it all, we have the author of Hot, Flat, and Crowded, New York Times columnist. Here's his book, Thomas Friedman, version 2.0. It includes a chapter on the financial crisis, and everyone I have spoken with says you should definitely read it.
Thanks, Ron.
Tom, tell me, look into your crystal ball. How's this going to end today?
Well, Ryan, it's way, way too close to Christmas for we to want to play the Grinch and say that no molecule of carbon dioxide is going to be harmed by anything that happens.
Right.
And it's doubly close to Christmas for me to suggest that any agreement between 193 countries is an agreement that is really not going to be very meaningful. So I'm going to look at the bright side. To me, the bright side is there are basically two approaches to deal with this whole climate issue. One says we start with climate. We tried to get a whole global community to agree on a plan to mitigate carbon dioxide. I call that the Earth Day approach, okay? Right. That's what you're seeing here. And good luck. And if you can get 192 countries to all agree on verifiable limits and reductions of their CO2 emissions, may God bless you and keep you, and I will be with you.
Yeah.
The other approach, one I favor, is I call the Earth Race approach. You start with energy. You actually make it a global competition based on strategic advantage, markets, self-interest, and national interest. Who can produce the most clean tech? And you start with the United States. You make us the leader. You make us the leader in that Earth race, and I think more countries will actually emulate us than will ever come to that by a compulsion of a treaty.
Well, you said it, the United States. Tell me what President Obama needs to do today here at these talks.
Well, I think that from my point of view, because I really believe in the Earth race much more than the Earth Day approach,
sure,
he's got to make sure that the Earth Day approach doesn't screw up the Earth race. That is, I'm afraid of some headlines back in the States. The United States, agrees to $100 billion to basically incentivize the developing world.
That wouldn't go down well.
I don't think that goes down
right
well.
After the financial crisis.
Yeah, I just don't think I think our way of getting clean tech to the developing world is we take the lead in developing it. We make the upfront investments. We get it down the cost, volume, manufacturing, learning curve, so it's at prices that the developing world can buy, use, and deploy quickly.
Tom, give me your take on this issue of this rift between China and the United States. They disagree over the level of emissions cuts. They disagree over how to verify it. I mean, it all sounds like arms control all over again,
absolutely.
right? I mean, cuts and verification, trust but check. The United States wants international verification inside of China. China says that's sovereign soil. Give me your take.
Well, basically, you got a lot of circles here, as you know, Ryan, covering this thing. And then you got circles within circles within circles. And the circle at the very center of all is the United States and China, each eyeing the other, worried that whatever they concede here will give strategic and economic advantage to the other side. That's the core of this conference. Now, again, my own approach would be to say we have a national interest, a strategic interest, and an economic interest to take the lead in clean tech. Hey, the world's getting hot, flat, and crowded. In that kind of world, clean tech is going to be the next great global industry. So my approach is to say to the Chinese, hey, you don't want to lead, you want to move as a slower, fine, make my day. We're going to come over there and we're going to sell all these clean tech products to you, and we're going to clean your clock in the next great global industry. I think that is a lot better chance of succeeding than trying this big 193 country diplomatic approach.
Fantastic. We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Tom Friedman, author of Hot, Flat, and Crowded, his second version.